morning, bumblebeesies. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. It is 8:53 right now and I am going to make some coffee. I'm also waiting for PG&E to come and relight our pilot for the heater. I think they said they would come between 8. I don't remember if it's 8 and 10 or 8 and 12, but they're coming sometime this morning to turn that on. I don't think I mentioned this before either. So our heater pilot went out and I don't know how to turn it back on. And I actually did text our landlord and he just told me to call PG&E. Well, it wasn't actually the landlord that I talked to his realtor, because if you guys didn't know, we rent this house and we used to rent it through an agency or like a management company, and our landlord actually left the company and he has a realtor managing all of his rental properties, so he's like our go-to now. So I did text him. I texted him and I said, hey, I told him the situation, and he was the one that told me to call PG&E, and he said they do it for free. So that's why I had to wait so long, because PG&E, their wait was like almost 2 weeks. But luckily it hasn't really been that cold, and I really haven't even had to use that little heater that I bought. I think I used it 2 or 3 times. So I'm gonna be returning that most likely this weekend because I don't need it anymore. All right, so I'm gonna make my coffee and I'm gonna use my Starbucks reusable cup. Just this red, it's just a plastic reusable cup that I got at Starbucks. I think that was last year or a couple years ago, I don't really remember. I hope the camera is in focus, because usually whenever I vlog with my glasses on, my camera gets confused and then it's always like out of focus. I still need to put my contacts on. Actually, I'm kind of thinking of just letting my eyes rest today. I don't know, but we'll see. Today's creamer is gonna be peppermint mocha. And I'm actually gonna brew, because normally I brew 10 ounces, but I'm gonna do 16 ounces today because I'm feeling really tired. So yesterday, AJ did have, oh my gosh, you guys, my coffee is like all the way to the top. AJ did have another driving lesson, and I signed him up with a different teacher, still with the same school, just a different teacher. Because I didn't really like that teacher that he had. I mean, AJ said he was fine, he liked him, he was nice, but I had a feeling he would do better with a different teacher. So I booked him with a different teacher and he did really good, you guys. The guy said he did really well. They went on the freeway. They drove to downtown, which is like 20 minutes from where we live. So they drove on the freeway to downtown and he took them around downtown, down a bunch of one-way streets. So he did really well. And he said AJ has another lesson next week, and he was telling us, he was like, oh, okay, so you have a lesson next week with, with this other guy, and he's actually like the supervisor, and he's a little bit stricter, and he's probably gonna give you a practice test for your driver's license. So we'll see how he does. But I really like this guy that he had yesterday, so I'm probably gonna sign him up for another lesson with the guy from yesterday, because he was really good. I'm super excited. My new camera is finally coming. It's getting delivered on Friday, and I already have the microphone for it because that came in the mail yesterday. This is so hot, you guys. So it has an external microphone now. I'm super excited to use it. I got it mostly for filming mukbangs, but I'm gonna see if I'm gonna try vlogging on it and see how I like it. And if I like it, I'll probably use it for both. But like my main thing is, I can't close this. The main purpose for that is gonna be for mukbangs. So I'm excited. Got my coffee, it's very hot. So for dinner tonight, I'm gonna be making beef stew. I'm super excited. Ever since my sister made it, I have been craving it, and I was like, man, I really wanna make beef stew. So today is the day for beef stew. I have most of the things ready to go. I have my beef here. This is just a beef chuck, cut up and ready to go. I have some onions, celery, garlic. I have my potatoes here, but I'll cut that later when I need it. And then I also have some carrots. Oh, and I'm also gonna add mushrooms. I'm so excited. And I have my other ingredients over by the stove ready to go. So I'm really hoping PG&E comes soon, because I wanna start cooking this after he leaves, after he gets here. So you guys, beef stew is almost done. I just added the vegetables in, so it's gonna be like 30 or 40 more minutes, but that's almost done. And now I'm going to wash the dishes. You guys, check out my beef stew. It's so yummy. I have some mushrooms in there, carrots, potatoes, celery. So yummy. So PG&E came and he asked me what was wrong, and I told him, oh, I think the pilot is out. So I take him to the garage and he looks at the heater and he was like, oh, you have an automatic pilot. Like, he already knew just from looking at the heater or the furnace or whatever it's called. He said, you have an automatic pilot, so it doesn't need to be lit. It should turn on by itself. And he said, without even opening it, without even doing anything, he said, the reason why it's not working is because this door is not closed all the way. He said, I can see the door is open. So there's a cover, you know, the door, you take that off and you can access like the filter and everything else in there. So I guess when we changed the filter, we didn't put that cover back on all the way. It wasn't pushed down all the way. So that's why the heater wouldn't turn on. It was such an easy fix. And then, so he took the cover off, and there's actually like a little button that you can push to turn it on, like the flame. So he pushed that button and then the flame turned on. And then he waited to make sure that it would work, like to make sure the fan would turn on. And it did work, so everything is fine now. We just have to make sure next time when we open that door to change the filter, we have to make sure that we push it all the way down, like, you know, close it all the way. So yeah, that was the problem, you guys. It was such an easy fix. So at least now I know if it happens again, I know what to do. So we went to Safeway to get some bread, and then we saw these cute donuts, so we just decided to get a whole dozen. So we got some donuts. These ones are polar bears. They had a turkey. We got some snowmen. And then these ones that just have like sugar crystals on them. And then sprinkles. This one is a raspberry filled. And then these are like the cinnamon rolls. This one's a maple covered one. So they're so cute. So we'll have that for dessert later and for breakfast tomorrow. So Ariel just got home. Tired. And he's having dinner. Beef stew. He's having his with rice. And then we all had it with bread. Do you like it?
Yeah, very good.
Thanks.
Hot.
How long did you warm it?
Too bad.
Alright, it's that time again. It's time to go to sleep. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.